What's going on, guys? The 2XKO early access build has been out for a little bit now, and I've been having a ton of fun both playing it and watching high-level tournaments. I wanted to make a video talking a little bit about the meta right now and the strongest strategies that are actually winning some of these tournaments. What's going on with all these characters here. So first I have an example here is First Attack 2025 on the Tampa Never Sleeps YouTube channel. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe them here. Shoutouts to all tournament organizers putting out VODs for us to review. Really appreciate you guys putting out the content. But I want to talk about Jonathan Tene versus Chris G here, right? Jonathan Tene is playing the team I want to talk about right now, which is Yasuo and Echo Freestyle. Now, this team is incredibly strong because Yasuo is incredibly strong, Echo is incredibly strong, both on their own, but then together they just cover each other's weaknesses, they cover each other's spaces really well, and they just both make the most out of each other's assists. Now, Yasuo can put up this wind wall, which stops projectiles, which is really great for dealing with people like Teemo, and Ahri, and Jinx, and he's able to dash in here. And let's slow this down a little bit because it's really cool here. He can do a pretty normal block string into a cross up. He has a couple different ways to cross you up, but this is the safest way here. This stance cancel. Cross you up, use the Echo assist to cover you, and you get this sandwich situation. Now Chris G gets hit here, but if he did block, it would have been a mix-up, and you can get either a high-low or this left-to-right, or just go for a ton of chip damage. Like, it's incredibly strong, right? And then you go into a full Yasuo combo, and you get Oki, whether it's with Yasuo, he has a couple different Oki situations, same thing with Echo, you can tag him in, and you just always kind of feel like you're in a good spot with this team. I want to show you Hikari using this team versus Sonic Fox here. I found a really cool scenario. This is DreamHack Atlanta 2025. Data FGC put this on. You know, make sure like, comment, subscribe them. All the videos I'm going to show here. Shoutouts to them. I don't own anything here. Let's see. Hikari gets a really nasty mix-up here that even mixes up Sonic Fox, and you know, you can really only mix up... If you're mixing up Sonic Fox, it's a real mix-up. So let's slow this down here because this is really crazy. And that's just from him hitting this 5S. It's a huge button, and he just gets something crazy here. So same sequence that I just showed you with Jonathan Tene. Gets that sandwich here, but he actually goes for the Rekka, and then charges Echo's clone, gets the roll. Echo's able to do teleport shenanigans and get the hit there. Crazy, crazy stuff. I had to slow down to 0.25 to even see it there. But yeah, if we're going to talk about Yasuo teams, the next team I want to talk about here is Leffen's Yasuo Echo Double Down. Now he's playing Sonic Fox in this same tournament, the DreamHack Atlanta 2025. Great tournament to watch here. But here's a really cool sequence. So Leffen is putting some offense on here. Sonic Fox is able to start running his own offense, goes for a pretty nasty mix-up that we'll see in a second here. And Leffen isn't trying to have any of that, just bursts and immediately goes into super here. Now, if you don't know, in Double Down, if you have your assist on the screen, which Leffen had by bursting, or you could just call your assist normally, you are able to call your super and then switch to your assist, and they can run around while the super is going on here. So Leffen was able to catch Sonic Fox jumping there, but this works on hit, this works on block. You get a really nasty mix-up on block with Yasuo. You know, he has a hop, he has plenty of different ways to cross you up. The world is kind of yours in that situation. But just, I mean, look at this. Let's find it here. Look at all of this space that Teemo takes up here for Yasuo, and you know they're in the corner, so full screen it's a little bit even longer. Yasuo just gets to run around while Teemo shoots these blow darts, and it goes on for quite a while. And that strategy alone just makes that like interaction just makes this team so crazy, so good. And then even when you don't have that, you're still playing Yasuo and you're still playing Teemo, and you're just always in a good spot when you're playing those two characters. But yeah, we talked a little bit about Yasuo Freestyle and Yasuo Double Down, but Yasuo doesn't really have a good 2x assist, because you don't want to use the wind wall twice, and then his cross up. Like it's just not the ideal scenario for him when you can do things like the freestyle and the double down. But there are plenty of good 2x assist users. That is going to be Echo and Teemo here, which I'm showing you. Again, put on by Tampa Never Sleeps. This is an online tournament. It's their iBuyPower series. Shoutouts to Tampa Never Sleeps here. But yeah, we have Hikari running that Yasuo Echo freestyle, and Inzum rocking 2x assist with Echo and Teemo. Sorry, everybody's names start to fuse together here. But Teemo is just able, the strategy here, right? Teemo's able to just zone like crazy. He's throwing these mushrooms, he's throwing these slingshots. Yasuo is doing his best to put up this wind wall, but now Teemo has leveled up his projectile to get the fire assist, and then right when Hikari wasn't looking, you can call Echo 2x here. And you could call this My Time, which is incredibly fast. This is the pre-nerf version. It has been nerfed. We'll get to it in a second here. But look at this. You're zoning full screen, and then you call Echo, lands here, call it again, lands here, and then you're able to just tag into Echo. Now, this specific situation didn't work out, but you can see what's going on here. I'm sure if we watch a little bit longer here, we'll see. You get the burst, call, and then you're able to just go right back in the zoning, right? So, okay, that didn't work out. You burst, go right back in the zoning, and then you call it again, and it works out again. You know, just keep gambling. It's going to work out. Keep calling that Echo assist 2x in a row. No, I'm just kidding. These guys are playing at the highest level, absolutely. They're not doing any kind of gambling at all. These are two of the best players, along with everybody I'm showing you today here. But, I mean, just look at this. You can zone full screen, and then when you have your assist, call Echo 2x, go into a full combo here. This is a crazy... Now, I said this got nerfed. What got nerfed specifically is that now Echo doesn't travel as far, as fast, and you can parry in between his two calls, where it used to be a true block string. Now, if you block the first one, you can parry in between the second one, but it's still a guess, because if they don't call the assist twice, and you just guess parry, you just wasted a bar, and you're negative, and Echo could still... they can still tag into Echo, run up, and do a full combo on you, right? Now, Echo and Teemo are really good 2x assist users, but I also want to show off Sonic Fox using 2x assist with Echo again, but with Ahri this time. It's a very similar situation where Teemo can kind of zone you full screen. Ahri is not a zoner necessarily in the sense that she wants to stay in full screen and just throw out projectiles, but she does have incredible air movement and really good range, and she can kind of fly around the screen in spaces that characters can't really reach, and use that Echo assist to cover. So I still have this slowed down from before, but this is that same match I showed earlier where Hikari did that crazy mix-up, but then Sonic Fox gets a turn here. Getting comboed right now, but let's just watch for a second. Burst out, you guys are full screen. You're able to just get a combo here. Will Hikari burst on his own? Gonna save the burst. Okay. Let's watch and then slow it down. Yeah, nasty. Nasty. Okay. So let's slow it down here. Echo gets some Oki here. Just backs off. Calls Ahri's assist, which is Very reminiscent of Vegeta assist from Dragon Ball FighterZ. If anybody's played that, shout out to that game. Very reminiscent of that assist, right? And we know the dev team played Dragon Ball FighterZ, so I'm sure that's intentional. Echo gets to just kind of swing on Hikari here and call that assist again. But then you get to still swap to the character after. This game is just crazy with the mix-ups here. And, you know, Sonic Fox comes from Skullgirls, which is a crazy mix-up heavy game. So you know they're trying to do some crazy mix-up in this game as well. Gets the hit here with Ari, and she does crazy damage right now. You know, again, this has been nerfed, but it's still great. It's still a really great assist. And yeah, you guys might be wondering, I mean, we've talked about Ari, we've talked about Echo, we talked about Teemo, we talked about Yasuo, and that's only 4 characters. I mean, there's a whole roster here. We keep talking about just these 4 characters, and that's just kind of how the game is right now, right? Like, you can kind of mix together these 4 characters. You can also play Ari Teemo, that we see here with Chris G, and Double Down. It's kind of similar to the Double Down. You know, you call the assist, you do the super, but there is other characters you could play here. I mean, these are just the best characters right now. The dev team said they're working on, you know, trying to make it a little bit more balanced, but I don't want this video to get too boring here. So this team did win a tournament. This is another Tampa Never Sleeps tournament. It's an online tournament here, and we have Light Wisp playing Braum and Darius with 2 times assist, fighting Noka, who, yep, is in France. The netcode is just so good in this game that you can play from US to France with no issues, no connection issues. That's incredible. I don't want to gloss over that fact at all because that's truly insane here. But let's just check out what's going on. Noka is going to use this Vi Super to kind of clear some space. It's really good at catching these small little gaps. A lot of these level 1s are not invincible, but Vi is pretty good at using that assist to catch a little bit of a gap here that we saw. Let's back it up just a little bit. So Braum wants to call this assist. She's going to call assist. Noka's going to go for offense here, right? Backs up, but is going to sway right back in. And hang on one. Vi's going to run in here, but what happened? Let's slow it down and show you what happened. Because I think this team, they're definitely going to struggle against some of the teams we talked about earlier, especially Teemo, right? We've heard Super News say that Teemo just destroys Darius, can't play against him at all. I can't imagine the Braum really likes playing against Teemo either. But luckily in this Grand Finals, Light Wisp isn't playing against Teemo, so he gets to kind of shine a little bit. I want to slow this down. Let's take a look. Vi gets that super. Noka thinks, yeah, let me run back in here. I'm going to apply some offense. But Braum's able to jump back. He has crazy far-reaching normals, as does Darius. He's going to jump in the air and swing at this kind of downwards angle, and then able to call Darius shoulder tackle, which covers him horizontally here. So you get this crazy screen coverage with these 2 characters, and then you're able to just tag into Darius and get some pretty crazy damage here. He actually stays into Braum. But yeah, there are other ways to play this game other than the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, is what I think Sajam has deemed those 4 characters. But you are able to strategize a little bit. You know, Noka is really trying to make Vi work. We've seen Vi and Warwick work, not just Echo. You know, we're trying to shake up the meta a little bit. We'll see how it works out. But Light Wisp, spoiler, was able to actually win this tournament with this team. So I did just want to highlight that just to let everybody know you don't have to play those 4 characters, even though they've been having the most tournament recognition and the most success in tournaments. You get a really cool sequence here too. I also wanted to show off, right? And when you play characters, when you play not as popular characters, you get to do some pretty funny mix-ups here, like going for this really ambiguous command grab setup. So Darius goes for a combo here. Tag launcher into Braum. just smacking you with that door. Goes for OTG, runs up, Noka techs, and then he just gets a command grab here, which I'm sure he was not ready for. How many times do you really run into that situation? I'm sure Noka is only playing Yasuo, Echo, Teemo, Ahri, right? So then, Light Wisp is not done yet, gets the OTG jab, and then has Darius tagging behind and sandwich, just like we see with the Echo Yasuo kind of freestyle, and he gets the grab there for the kill. So there is a lot you can do in this game. It's really creative. It's kind of like the world is your oyster. So I definitely implore you guys to go out and explore, or just watch some high-level play and maybe copy what they're doing so you can kind of get a feel of how this game's supposed to play. Yeah, either way, whatever you guys want to do. But let me know how it's going. What are you guys playing? Are you ready for a balance patch? Are you cool with how it is right now? I would like to see a little bit of a shake-up. I would really like to see a lot of bug fixes because there's just a couple things going on with this patch. That could be a whole other video. I don't want to get too into that. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys are going on with this game. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.